So you've set your first goal around love your charity job. Very exciting. And now you need to create an action plan to get there. The first thing to do is to very roughly scope out a few key steps that you'll need to take. And you could do a brainstorm of what you think you might need to do and then put them into a rough order. You might add some, drop some to get a final list. And use the second sheet on the goal setting form to write these key steps down. So it might include things like get some mentoring, get my CV perfect, do a proofreading course, apply for 10 jobs. Some of the things you might want to do to reach your goal are not so much one-off steps, but they're recurring actions, actions that you have to keep taking. So in other words, daily or weekly habits. Creating new purposeful habits is really one of the most powerful ways you can move forward to get things that you want. So you need to make these part of your action plan. And the more regular they are, the better, which is why I encourage daily, weekly, monthly habits. So there's room on the paper, on the handout, for 4 habits that you're committed to taking. Obviously, you can add more. So these might be things like apply for a job every 2 days, talk to someone about their role every week, spend an hour a day reading relevant blogs and articles. And finally, you'll need your action planner handout. This is where you're going to turn your key steps into actions and then create a plan for getting them done. So if you get the planner now, you can just look through it as I'm talking through the points. So let's imagine that one of your key steps is get some mentoring. Your action could be start working with a mentor. So an action, by the way, has a verb in it. You do it with your hands or your feet. So mentoring itself isn't an action. Then you need to decide on the deadline by which you're going to start. So for instance, you might choose February the 15th, 2016. The next column, the steps, are the smaller actions that you need to take to complete the bigger action. So you're breaking that bigger action of mentoring, starting mentoring, down. And a mistake people make is not to do this. You can't just start working with a mentor. And you'll keep putting it off if it stays that big and nebulous and unknown. You need to break the mini goal down to make it manageable, practical and seeable. So your steps could be something like this. Talk to Sally about getting a mentor. Call 3 people. Have a coffee with Fred. Book in a trial session with him, or whatever. And for each step, you want to give yourself a date for when you'd like to have achieved it. Now obviously these might change, but you need to be a little bit fluid. Have it there to start with, you can always change it. The support section is for noticing who, so the people, and the what, so the resources, that will help you. So in this case, support won't come from your manager maybe, or other people in the organisation, or your friends. Write these supports in now before you start taking action so you know where to turn when you need it. And it makes you feel much safer and more comfortable in moving forward, knowing that that support system is there. Now, depending on how big your action is, you can reward each stage with something smallish, e.g. go out for a coffee with a colleague when you've made 3 scary phone calls or something, or you just save up a nice big juicy reward for when the whole action is completed. It really depends on how big it is and how much extra motivation you need to do it. Again, you want to know what the rewards are so they become part of the motivation system for getting things done. They're very powerful at getting people over procrastination. So the review column is where you're going to write some notes for how things are going. You might need to change your dates or your plans. You can jot ideas down there. Write what the next step might be. You can think about how something went and whether you might do something differently if you tried it again. It's all about the learning as well as about the taking of the action, and that's what this section's for. And you can also use your action planner to plan the recurring actions and those habits that you want. And you can use that deadline section for not a date, but for the times when you'll do it, so every Monday or whatever. So you just keep repeating this process that we've talked through for the actions that you need and want to take. This is going to be your working document for getting where you want to go. And of course you do have to take the actions. Daily, consistent action focused on your goal is really the only way to get there. Keep checking in with your plans and keep asking yourself, what is my next first action? You will get there. So just a quick word about this method. There's lots and lots of high-tech tools, goal setting, action planning apps out there, like Productivity Wizard and so on. And if you know one that you like, please use it instead of this method. And if you like tech-based options, obviously go and look for your own planning tools. What I've shown you here is a really super low-tech method that I teach my coaching clients. It may not be right for you, but it does work. And remember, whatever system you choose, you do have to keep checking in with it every day to keep you on track. The most sophisticated system isn't going to work if you ignore it. So there it is. I've written I'll give you the script notes because there's a lot of instructions here, aren't there? But it's all here, and good luck with it.